Thank you so much, Mr. Mathur, for joining in with us on ET Now today. And firstly, Mr. Mathur, I will start with the big order win coming in for the company. Surely it's one of the biggest orders that the company has seen coming in. What can we expect in terms of the revenues coming in over there? How is the order book looking like?
So this is one of the most significant orders what we have, won in the history of Welspun at this point in time. From a quantity perspective, I think so we have secured the bigger orders. But from a price perspective, I think so this is the largest order we would ever had won. It's a very prestigious order. It is an order which is going to transport the gas from the Permian Basin to the Houston market, from where it is likely to be used and exported. We have been a very dominant player in the U.S. industry, in the U.S. market. All the major pipelines with the Permian gas, which is being evacuated from Permian to the coast. Out of the 4 pipelines, 3 pipelines have been done by us. And this is a complete testimony of the trust and the confidence that all the midstream companies have in a large project when they want to execute. They trust Welspun on their abilities and capabilities. So it is only a reflection of that which we are seeing at this point in time. From an execution perspective, I think so. This order will be completely produced in America, in our North American facility at Little Rock. We will start production sometimes in the second half of H2 of this financial year, and we will execute it in less than 12 months' time from there on. From a margin and a profitability perspective, it is. Hello, can you hear me?
Sir, yes, sir. I can hear you, sir. Yes.
Yeah. From a margin and profitability perspective, I mean, it is good to have this order. It is going to restart our facilities in the US, and we have seen that the US market has been a little dormant over the last one year or so. I think so. We are seeing a complete resurgence, and to have this breakthrough is significantly going to add up in not only in our order book but also in our earnings as well.
Interesting to hear, adding more to your margins order book also is what interests investors as well. But in terms of, your order book for the global strategy, could you give us an understanding on what can we expect from Welspun Corp going forward? Are you looking at more orders coming in from the global side as well? What is the strategy there?
So, at this point of time, with this order coming in, our order book in any case is close to 700,000 tons. Right, and which is almost pegged to 10,500 crore rupees, and this is excluding Saudi. If I add Saudi into it, so we are almost close to 1 million ton of an order book at this point of time. From a capacity perspective, I still have idle capacities available in some of my assets here in India and as well in Saudi, and we would be definitely looking forward for filling those capacities in these assets. From a market perspective, I think so. Looking at the oil pricing and the demand, which both are on absolutely showing an increasing trend. We are seeing that getting reflected into the projects coming back on the drawing table, and we are hoping that some of the large projects are still to be finalized. We are serious contenders in those projects as well, and I am hoping that we should be able to secure a large quantity of those orders as well as in when they get finalized.
Surely waiting for that one, Mr. Mathur. And just on a note, I know you all are in your silent period, but overall, what can we expect from the company going forward in terms of revenue? Such big order wins coming in as well. If a long-term view would you be giving for the company, what would it be?
See, I think so. There has been a complete turnaround into in the industry. We had seen, during the pandemic phase, we had seen that, the things have slowed down significantly. And it was industry agnostic. Every industry probably saw that, and so as we. But when we are out of it, we are seeing a strong resurgence coming up. I think so. The next 4 to 5 year visibility looks very, very robust and buoyant. And we are not talking like something which is very skeptical or which is very speculative in nature. I think so. We are looking at some very, very concrete projects which are being discussed at this point of time. They make a lot of commercial sense at this point of time to get into those particular projects, and we would have a role one way or the other to play in those projects. So I think so from an order future perspective, pipeline perspective, I think so next 3 to 5 years are going to be very, very robust in terms of this industry.
Very robust in terms of industry and hoping robust in terms for Welspun Corp as well. One last question that I do want to ask is, obviously, could we expect such big order wins coming in more for the company? Anything in the near term that we could look at?
When I say answering the last question, I I also wear a hat, as when you are when you are into a leadership position into industry today, undoubtedly we are the global leaders in this particular segment. So I have to also reflect my sentiments about industry. But of course, Welspun in any case, being the leader, will have the largest share around that. There's no doubt about it. Coming back, that can there be, we see that there are similar projects, significantly large projects, which are currently being on the drawing stage. They are being evaluated at this point of time, and as and when they will materialize, I will not be surprised that large projects similar to this, even bigger, would land in Welspun's hand. I'm very confident around that.
Surely, sir. On a very positive note, we will end the conversation here. Thank you so much, Mr. Mathur, for joining in with us, giving us your insights on Welspun Corp's big order win coming in today as well. Stock surely at a 52-week high. Thank you so much, Mr. Mathur, for joining in with us.